eyes on the Gulf this weekend. You know, Ida growing into a Category 1 hurricane, expected to get even stronger.
Yeah, the storm was centered over Grand Cayman early this morning. The National Hurricane Center forecasts the system will pass through southeastern and central Gulf of Mexico tonight into Saturday. By Sunday, Ida is expected to near the U.S. northern Gulf Coast.
Our team of meteorologists have been monitoring this storm, keeping you informed on our social media platforms. Meteorologist Jennifer Lambers is joining us now with the very latest on the track.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So we are keeping a close eye on Ida. We've been keeping you updated on Fox 10 News on our Facebook Live, so do make sure that you give that a follow. That way you can stay updated there too. But we did just have a new advisory come out at 4 o'clock. Ida strengthening even further. Those sustained winds now at 80 miles per hour. Now this system is still moving over Cuba. So the sustained winds at that speed, despite moving over Cuba, is pretty significant. Now it's moving northwest at 15 miles per hour. We have seen some major pressure drops with Ida even moving through this terrain. But Ida expected to move further into the Gulf, heading on into the rest of the week. Now the biggest change is going to be towards that track. That track is moving it further into the Gulf and expected to strengthen even further. That 4 p.m. advisory, the biggest change going to be with it becoming a Category 4 by the time that it does make landfall. So we're expecting it to strengthen into that Category 2, heading further on into tomorrow for your Saturday and entering into those very favorable conditions. We're talking low wind shear, warm waters, things that these tropical systems thrive with. And so as we move further towards your Sunday, that's what we're expecting Ida to continue to make landfall closer towards south central Louisiana. Now that would be as that Category 4 hurricane. Very destructive. We're talking those sustained wind speeds at 140 miles per hour heading further on into Sunday afternoon. If you know anyone in this area, this is not a storm that should be taken lightly. Us here locally, we're still going to be seen on the bad side of it. So we're going to be seeing impacts regardless here locally. We're talking about rainfall. We're talking about those wind speeds, storm surge, and isolated tornadoes. All of those threats going to be starting late Saturday night, heading into Sunday, also extending into Monday and Tuesday, especially for that rainfall amount. That's going to be one of our biggest concerns. Zooming in just a little bit closer and transitioning that track, there's still a little bit of a northeasterly shift, but if you look at the timing, that's really what I want to point out here. Sunday landfall, by the time we get into Monday afternoon, starting to emerge out of Louisiana, moving into Mississippi. By the time it moves up into northern Mississippi, that's not until Tuesday. By this time, we're still going to be seeing a lot of rainfall. We're going to be seeing southeasterly winds. Our river's not going to be seeing much relief by that point. So if you're in a low-lying area, if you have somewhere that prones easily to flooding, well, make sure that you are paying close attention to this system. Nothing to mess around with, especially as we do transition further on into the weekend. Luckily, we still have Saturday to prepare. We're going to work to continue to keep you updated here on Fox 10 News. Coming up in just a little bit, we're going to talk more about your forecast. We're going to check in further with some of our models and also talk about some of those major threats. Shelby.